Matt Kloskowski.
Here's a tip that you'll like if you're working. This happens a lot for people that work with print and with web. Okay, so here's what happens. For example, if I go to edit and I go down to my color settings here, one of the things that I do is I set Photoshop to North America. Actually, I go to North America Pre-Press. I recently reinstalled Photoshop. I set Photoshop to North America Pre-Press. Okay, so once I go inside there, what's going to happen is that any image that's not in my color space of Adobe RGB, because that's what Photoshop is going to use as the color space now, well, that's kind of good information to know, especially if you're preparing images for the web, because then you're going to want to convert them over to sRGB. Well, one of the things that happens is I'm always having to come down in here to go into edit, and I'll go down to like convert profile, and that way I can see what color space my image is in. Well, there's another way to do it. It's a lot easier, and that is right at the bottom of your image window. Okay, there's that little arrow there. If you click on it and you go down to show, you'll see document profile. All right, so if I click on document profile, now it's going to put this image's profile right at the bottom here, so I can always see it and know that if that's the profile that I want. The other thing is if you look up here in the title bar, you'll see that little asterisk. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. See that little asterisk up there? Well, what that's going to do is tell you if your current profile is mismatched with the document you're working on. So I have Photoshop set to Adobe RGB, but I'm working on a photo that's in sRGB, so I'll always know that right now that there's a little mismatch there because of that little asterisk up there. So a couple things here. Really, the main thing is changing this to show and show the document profile. It helps me out because that way I know ahead of time if this is something I'm going to need to convert for web or maybe change it for print and so forth.